Hey YouTube world, it's your girl Meg B, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Vlogmas. So I was just about to start some holiday cooking, and I was just like, hey, how about, I bring you guys along with me. I am about to make some good old Christmas pot roast. Let's get into some of the ingredients that I am using. So this is 6.14 pounds of pot roast. I understand that is a lot of pot roast. So this recipe calls for like 3.5 pounds of pot roast. So I'm scaling this up quite a bit. So I'm just going to drop the 3 to 3.5 pound proportion sizes down below. Okay, so I'm also using thyme, okay, minced garlic. And I think I got this for like $5 from Costco. When you're in a time crunch like I always am, this comes in handy. But if you have time to mince your own garlic, please mince your own garlic. A yellow onion, I think that's a sweet yellow onion, and some fresh parsley in the bag, celery hearts, and some carrots, whole carrots. These are the potatoes that I'm using, some petite gold, 2 bags of that, and then some petite red, okay, for Christmas. I have me some yellowtail red wine, some Worcestershire sauce, some flour, beef broth, tomato paste. We have some canola oil, Lorry seasoned salt, ground black pepper, and the pure Himalayan salt, as well as some bay leaves, okay? Some gourmet bay leaves. I'm pretty sure this is all as far as I'm using. If I add anything in, then I will definitely let you guys know. And of course, your good old crock pot, okay? I picked this baby up at Costco for $40, I think. All right, so let's get into it. So the beef has already been cleaned. I'm just letting it sit here and get room temperature. You want your beef to cook at room temperature so it cooks through evenly. So first I'm gonna start cutting up the vegetables that we are putting into this pot roast and washing the vegetables as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all that now. So I'm proceeding here to cut the carrots and the celery up into 2 to 3 inch pieces. While the beef is seasoning, I have my cast iron skillet warming up. We're gonna sear this on both sides. So we're gonna season the meat, of course. So I'm seasoning it with the Himalayan salt. And this is some black pepper. And then we're going to sear the meat for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Just enough while I am searing this on medium low. This burner gets extremely hot, so I usually try to keep the temperature fairly, to avoid just burning the meat.
Now I'm going to proceed to create my gravy mixture for this pot roast. I am starting off with my beef broth. Up next, my red wine. Tomato paste. Worcestershire sauce. I ended up using more than what the recipe called for. I just enjoyed the taste of this with beef. All-purpose flour. You should keep this on hand if you want to end up thickening your gravy once it's been cooking, or once we take it out of the crock pot. Once you put it on the stove, you might want to use some flour to thicken it, depending on how thick you like your gravy. I like my gravy pretty thick. Now we whisk away. Whisk, whisk, whisk.
I had to sear both pieces of beef separately because, of course, they both can fit inside the skillet. So I did approximately 4 minutes each side.
In the meantime, I am going to start loading my items into my slow cooker. So I'm starting off with my potatoes. I just went ahead and loaded them in, and then I ended up taking some potatoes out just so I could have a surface for my roast to lay on. So I ended up not using all the potatoes, of course. And the same with the carrots and celery. I just loaded them in and then took some out based off of how much space I still needed for my very large pot roast. I added in that whole onion on top. And continued to take some veggies and potatoes out just so I could make room. I was trying to cook as many vegetables as possible because I'm having company over, so I just wanted to make sure everybody got enough. Next, I'm taking the minced garlic and I'm using a few tablespoons of this to add on top of my vegetables. And I topped off everything with some sprigs of thyme. This gives your meat such an incredible flavor. I love using fresh herbs with meat. It just really makes that, it just really takes it to another level. I'm pouring in the gravy mixture that we just created. And I'm applying a hefty amount of seasoned salt to my mixture. A good hefty amount of salt and pepper.
So by miracle, we got both pieces of pot roast in there. So This is what it looks like. All the vegetables underneath. And let's see if we can put the lid on here. So by miracle, we got the lid on. It's all ready to go. I set that on low for 8 hours. So we just gonna let that do its thing up in there. Hopefully it's delicious. That's all we can hope for, is that it tastes amazing. So I will see you guys in 8 hours. We are all done with the meal. I went ahead and shredded up the pot roast, and this is how it looks. And here's the potatoes. So you also want to take the juice that was in the slow cooker, put it on the stove, we'll strain it, then place it on the stove till it boils, then reduce the heat, and then let it simmer and thicken up a bit. So it looks great, guys. I can't wait to dig in. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of my Vlogmas, and make sure you tune in for the next episodes. Bye.